Hey everyone, it's Robert with those guys over there, the It's Easy guys. Hey, you're going to Russia. Dobry день, товарищ. Как живешь? Вы говорите по-русски. I hope you speak a little Russian because that's going to come in handy. And I definitely know you're going to need a visa for visiting Russia. The Russian government is really serious about their visas. And this video is going to talk about the different visa options for you to help you make a selection, and we can help you get that visa. All right, well, the standard options are that you could get a tourist visa, and we'll talk about the requirements for a tourist visa, and you could also get a business visa. And then there's a third type of visa, which is called a business casual visa. And we're going to talk about how to get this casual visa. It's also called an AIM visa, an AIM tourist visa. And we'll talk about how to get those and what's the difference between this and a business visa. All right, well, if you're going on a tourist trip, tourist visas generally are pretty easy to get. They're a lot easier than the business visas. All three visas have the most important aspect of them, which is called the invitation letter. The invitation letter. Now, the invitation letter for some other countries is pretty easy. You know, dear government, my friend is coming to visit me. He's going to stay at this hotel and he might, go to my business. Very easy kinds of things, usually for invitation letters. For Russia, invitation letters are the key to everything about a visa for Russia. The invite letter is almost like it is the visa. So you have to get an invite letter, and they're extremely serious about these invite letters. So when you look at the requirements for a Russia visa, you might skip over that. You might say, oh yeah, an invite letter, oh, whatever. No, for Russia, the invite letter is key. It's everything to do with the Russia visa. All right. So to get a tourist invitation letter, the tourist side is pretty easy. If you're going as a tourist, you're probably staying at a hotel, and your hotel can give you the invitation letter required for a tourist visa. If you're going to stay with friends, you're going to need to get a tourist invitation letter, and we can help you get those. On our website, we have a company that we work with who can get you those invitation letters. Those invitation letters are always in Russian, so if you don't read Russian or speak Russian, then it's going to look rather mysterious. But we speak Russian, so we can read those and make sure they have all the information required. Now, the hotel can get you one, or on our website, it's easy. You can order a tourist invitation letter, and you can get it really fast. You can get it in 1 hour if you need that fast, or in 1 day. These are pretty easy. Now, a tourist visa, you can get either as a single entry, so you can go into Russia once and then leave. But if you're planning a trip where maybe you're going to Russia and then maybe you're going to the Ukraine, or you're going to Uzbekistan, or one of the other countries around Russia, sometimes people travel around, then you might need a double or a multiple entry visa. So the single entry visa, they have a double entry if you have a very well planned out trip. If you don't have a well planned out trip and you're not sure what's really going to go on, then there is the multiple entry visa, and they have these for 1 year or for 3 years. All right? And the multiple entry visas are more expensive. They're a little bit more challenging to get, of course, but they're more flexible, of course. The single and the doubles allow you to stay up to 30 days. All right? So really the start of a Russia visa is the invitation letter. You get the invitation letter, and then pretty much everything just kind of falls together after that. Now, the invitation letter, which is kind of different than other invitation letters, is the date of entry and exit. Right? When are you going to enter and start your trip in Russia, and when are you going to leave? Now, you might be going for 5 days or 10 days or something like that. You don't want your entry letter to be exactly those dates. That's boxing you in. So if anything happens, like your flight is delayed, or you change your trip at the last minute, or whatever happens, you get sick and you can't fly home on the day you're supposed to, that can mean trouble. Whatever you put in for your entry and exit dates for your invitation letter, that is the dates that the visa will be valid. And if you try to enter Russia before that entry date, they won't let you in. And then the exit date, if you try to leave after the exit date, it's going to be big, big trouble. So what you want to do with those entry and exit dates is expand them to 30 days and make sure your trip is in the middle here, right? And give yourself a little buffer on those days because, you don't want any problems like that, right? So even if you're only going to be there for 5 days, don't ask for the invitation letter to be just 5 days. That's going to spell trouble, and you're going to have a hard time in case anything goes wrong. So it doesn't matter. With the tourist visa, they're always for 30 days on the singles and doubles, and you just simply have those, the actual time of your trip just be within that 30-day window that you ask for the invitation letter. All right, so now with business is an entirely different beast. Business is serious. They don't like anything to do with business that isn't perfect. All right, if I can say it that way. So while there's tourism, they, a letter from the hotel can be your invitation letter, or you can get one really fast from us and our partner in the invitation letters on our website. It's kind of loosey-goosey like that. The business letters are serious, and there's 2 types of business letters. There is the official business letter, and then there's the unofficial. Now, if you're traveling on business, that means you're probably having a company in Russia sponsor your trip. And that's cool. They can write you a letter that invites you. Make sure you worry about the entry and exit dates once again, and be very specific about them giving you an invitation letter with a wide margin on those enter and exit dates. But the company can give you this unofficial letter, and that's fine. That works perfectly. The official letters are slightly better, of course, as you would expect, because they're from the government, actually. And the only real difference between these two is if you need urgent processing. And many visitors on business to Russia do need urgent processing. if you need urgent processing to go on your business trip to Russia, you are going to need this official invitation letter. Those are a little bit harder to get, and they're more expensive. Of course, if you're going on business, then probably your business is paying for it, and you're not so worried about the cost. But getting them quickly is challenging. It is very, very challenging. So expect the cost to go even higher because we have to put in emergency requests to get these official letters quickly in case you're trying to go urgently to Russia. Now, the common processing time for an urgent business visa is about 7 days if you have your official letter. If you don't have your official letter, that's going to probably take another 2 days. So you've got 2 days to get that letter or more. They're not so easy to get. And then in terms of urgent, sometimes with extra work, we can get a urgent request through with an official business invitation letter sooner than 7 days. But it's not that easy to do, and it's not assured. We can try, and sometimes we get successful, and sometimes it's 7 days. All right? So that's something to be concerned with. If you have the letter from your company that you're doing business with in Russia, and that's an invitation letter, it's a fine invitation letter, it's wonderful. But realize that it's not official. Official means from the government. And if it's unofficial, then doing urgent processing is not necessarily possible. All right? Now, for our business travelers, there is a third option, and it's called a casual tourist AIM visa. All right? And it technically is a tourist visa, but it has a little provision on it that allows you to do casual business activities. Casual business activities means that you're going to meet with a company, you're going to have a meeting with them, maybe you're going to go to a conference, maybe you're going to go to an exhibition, that kind of stuff. It specifically excludes signing contracts. If you're going to go to Boston, if you're going to go to Russia and sign contracts with a company over there to do business, you absolutely need the business visa. The tourist casual, the tourist AIM visa is not possible. All right? Now, the tourist AIM visa is only single entry, and it's only for 30 days. But the tourist level of invitation letter is acceptable. Although it has to have on the invitation letter, it has to say AIM, tourist AIM, on the invitation letter that you are specifically asking for this special designation of a tourist visa. And once again, the 30 days has to do with the entry and exit dates of your visa. Once again, extremely important to get those dates correct because that's when they're going to issue you that visa. And this is technically the same as the tourist visa, and on the application there's some extra check boxes to do to say, I want the tourist AIM visa. I am going to do some business there, but it's going to be casual business. And that's the distinction. Now, with all of our visas, but especially Russia, you want to be extremely honest with them of your intentions. All right? Some people do try to travel to Russia on a tourist visa, and they're actually going to do business. Of all the countries that are going to be watching you while you're in them, Russia is going to be watching you. So I highly recommend that you make sure you get the visa that you really need to go visit Russia. Now, after the invitation letter, everything else is actually pretty simple. There's an application, you fill it out. If you are formerly from Russia or the USSR, there are some extra requirements for documents, but pretty much everything goes extremely smoothly after you get this invitation letter. Once you have the invitation letter, and then there's an application, you give a couple of things, a couple of extra documents, and you're done. It's that invitation letter that is the most important. Now, if you do need urgent processing in the business area, make sure you call us and reach out to us and to our team, our Russia desk, and we'll be able to help you, and hopefully you will qualify for the casual AIM tourist visa. Hopefully you can. If you're in an emergency situation, we have a lot of business customers who approach us in an emergency situation. They need an urgent business visa, and we try to get them over to this category if we can. And if we can, then everything runs really a lot more smoothly because the invitation letter is easier to get. We can get an invitation letter in 1 hour, transmitted to you electronically, transmitted back to us to go in with your application. If you do need the business urgent, you absolutely need business, and you need it to be urgent, make sure you contact us so that we can help you with that process, especially getting the right kind of invitation letter. We're going to need to get you an official letter. Maybe you already have one. An official letter. If you don't speak Russian, you may not know if official or unofficial, you have an invitation letter, it's in Russian, you're not sure. We can read it for you and determine whether or not it's an official letter or an unofficial letter. And then we can work with that or help you get the one you need so that we can get you that visa as quickly as possible. All right, if you have any more questions, make sure you reach out to our team, our Russia team. We're native speakers we have in our company who are from Russia, and they know all about this stuff, so they can help you get that Russia visa. All right, we look forward to talking to you soon, and for It's Easy, I'm Robert. See you later.